What is up, guys? Patrick here for the Muse podcast, episode 17, I believe. This week it's just me, Terry, and Con. And recently all of the next-gen consoles are coming out, so I thought we'd talk about that first. So, have you guys got the Xbox One or PS4, or are you still waiting for them to come out? 'Cause I think
PlayStation 4's not out yet. It's out at. It's out
is the Xbox One out?
Yeah, the Xbox One is.
Yeah. Okay. Has anyone got the Xbox One yet?
No.
Neither of us have, I don't think.
I don't have one yet.
No.
It's sold out in Nottingham completely. You can't get it anywhere.
Yeah, that's the thing. They sold what? The Xbox sold 1 million consoles in 24 hours over 12 countries, and the PS4 has sold over 1 million consoles just in America.
Wow.
But at the moment, you can't. I don't think there's any way to analyze the data yet because the PS4 hasn't come out in the UK or Europe or anything yet. So it'd be interesting to see how many more the PS4 is going to sell if you go by them numbers.
Yeah, definitely.
Which one are you getting?
I'm not getting either because I have a really good computer and don't have the money because I'm a student. But if I was to pick one, I think I'd pick the PS4 just because of all the controversy with the Xbox stuff and all the DRM things they had in mind, and the way that they're setting their thing up. It's more like a living room multimedia system, which is not what I would use mine for. I'd have mine at my desk, so I think a PS4 would just be a bit more game centric but still have the features of Netflix and stuff like that. So I'd go for a PS4, and you don't get the Kinect thing, although I've heard the Kinect is actually very good with the Xbox One. I've heard that it's really responsive to voice and actually is effective when you play games.
I might understand Terry then.
Apparently now they have Scottish mode and stuff on FIFA, I think it was. I saw a picture on Reddit. Some person took a screenshot or took a picture of their screen of FIFA and where you can use the voice commands on the Xbox One version, and it had Scottish as a language.
Wow.
Nice.
For the voice commands.
I'm going to check out the PlayStation, see if that comes with it. If it does, I'm setting it to Scottish. I'm really enjoying it.
Seeing how far
Yeah,
you
so
can push it.
the PlayStation 4 doesn't come with the what is the PlayStation's one's called?
It's just
The
called
PlayStation camera, isn't it?
Yes, the PlayStation
Yeah, it's just
camera.
the PlayStation camera. So that one doesn't come with the PS4. However, what I've seen of the built-in software of the PS4 for the camera, have you guys seen any of that with the little robot things? I thought that looked really, really clever.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Quite a good gimmick. I mean, it's not nothing that you would use every day.
No.
But to show off the console and the camera, I thought that was a really good idea. And I haven't seen anything from Microsoft and the Xbox, anything about that whatsoever.
I haven't seen that yet. I didn't realise, actually, being stupid, didn't realise that it didn't come with the camera, so I just had to run into game a couple of days ago and pre-order that.
Yeah, that's how much was that? An extra £80?
54.
Oh, that's not too bad. The same price as a controller, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's where it was for me. I was like, okay. If you go into game now, you can go in, you can buy the PlayStation 4 games, you can take them away with you, so you've got them ready. You can't get the controllers yet, not the extra controllers, but I've got to admit, I was at the till and it was a bit like, do I get an extra controller, or do I get the camera? It's the same price, or do I just get another game?
Yeah, they're all around the same price now.
Yeah, pretty much. It was, to be fair, actually, I'm a bit greedy and went for all of them anyway, so...
That's exactly the same as me. I done mine today. Got an extra controller, got the camera, and bought the official charging slot with an extra game. So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
charging slots. I've not even thought about that.
That's an interesting thing about the Xbox One as well. Is they still require AA batteries. Microsoft still have the concept of it's either AA batteries or a battery pack, and PlayStation 4 obviously gone with their usual of a lithium-ion battery in it. But how this is going to be a next-generation console, and they expect you to have AA batteries lying around for your controller?
To be fair, you say that, but even TVs still have the batteries, so it's one of those things people are not really sort of going to go short of is batteries at the moment. At least with that, if something goes wrong with the batteries and that, you can just replace them quite easily. I don't know how awkward it would be to replace one in the actual PlayStation 4 controller, but I can imagine it wouldn't be something everybody's capable of doing on themselves.
Also,
you
can take out the hard drive of the PS4 and replace it with anything that's 160 gigabytes or above. I believe it's something like 9.5 millimeters or 6.5 millimeters in height. So it's a 2.5 inch bay that you can put a new hard drive in. But the Xbox One, there's no hard drive space at all. there's no unclippable one like the 360. There's no like internal. You can't change the hard drive inside the Xbox. You can use external devices like the 360, but I don't know if you can actually install games and stuff on it. I'm not sure yet. But I thought that was a weird change of plan for Microsoft, where normally they like in the Xbox 360 they had the removable hard drive at the beginning, which was a pretty useful idea. But yeah, PS4 you can change the hard drive. But I've seen people have been talking about the fact that you could theoretically put an SSD in there.
Yeah.
And someone did, and it wasn't actually faster by very much for the price difference.
That's surprising.
But
I'd expect
the loading screens weren't that much different.
Yeah, because that'd be the first option for me, to be honest. Is if you're going to replace it, you'd definitely put an SSD in it.
Yeah, but the problem is to get an SSD that's at least 500 gigabytes. It's going to cost you a ton of money.
Yeah, that is true.
And you'd only ever replace it really if you wanted to upgrade in either size or speed. I mean, I think a good idea would be to put in like maybe a 2 terabyte hard drive in there, because game installs, have you seen the game install sizes, are like 50 gigabytes each.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So you can only get like, and also on the PS4 it's 100 gigabyte taken away when they get drivers formatted and put the software on it.
Ooh.
So you actually only get 400 gigabytes ish.
Yeah, that's not a lot of game room.
No, not that much.
It's alright for now on the just coming out. You could deal with that because I don't think a lot of people are going to have the amount of games to fill up all that space. But yeah, down the line, people are definitely going to start having problems.
So is there any games that you guys are specifically looking forward to on the PS4 or Xbox?
Sorry.
Yeah, for PS4, definitely is Killzone. Like as soon as I seen that was not so much a console seller, because everything they described about the console sold it for me, but that is definitely the first game I am looking forward to putting in and playing.
The game that I want to play, it's not going to come out as a launch title, is I'm looking forward to the new Star Wars Battlefront game. It's not called Battlefront 4, it's just going to be called Battlefront. I'm looking forward to that, and the other one being Destiny from Bungie, which again is not going to be a launch title. I've got Killzone Shadowfall, but yeah, I really want to play Destiny in the new Star Wars game. I'm really looking forward to that. And probably actually Watch Dogs from seeing that at Eurogame. That looks pretty fun.
Yeah, I was going to say the game that I would be most forward to look... what? Sort of the wrong way around there. Completely confused myself. But the game I'd most forward be... Oh, I can't say it now, can I? I'm thinking about it too much.
Patrick's looking forward to is...
The game that I'm looking forward to is definitely Watch Dogs. Like, if I had to pick a next-gen console, it would be the one that would just play Watch Dogs. I think that would be it. Like, that seems to be one of them. Is it an exclusive, or is it both?
I believe it's both. It's definitely on PC as well, because that is my problem, is that I was going to buy the... Because initially it was going to have the PS4 bundle with Watch Dogs, but obviously it's been postponed to next year. And as soon as they did that, I decided, well, I've got a decent PC as well. I'll buy the games that are going to come out on PC, and try to stick to the unique sort of titles on PS4, which is a bit of a annoyance, really, but... At the same time.
It's almost like an expensive exclusive console then at that point.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Karen.
mate.
I was just going to...
Sorry. That's what's ignoring me. Patrick is catching here. That's what's annoying me. Not ignoring, annoying me about the PlayStation 4. We should start this again. That's what's annoying me anyway about the PlayStation 4 console games that are coming out. Probably actually for the Xbox as well. When you look at what's coming out on launch, it's like, okay, half of these I've got or seen, like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, FIFA 14, Lego Marvel Superheroes. It's like, hang on a minute, already got these, already played these, Injustice. I'm a bit disappointed with what I can actually go out and get that I've not played, being Killzone Shadowfall being the game that's not out yet, but most of what's already coming out, I'm a little bit frustrated by it, because again, God who played it.
Yeah, I completely agree, because one thing that's been quite surprising to hear people say is that Titanfall is the sort of console seller for the Xbox One. That's what people are looking for. But I know people that are buying the Xbox One just for that game, but they've got good PCs and it's coming out on PC, so I was a bit...
Yeah, I want to play Titanfall on PC.
Yeah, I'll definitely buy it on PC, because obviously buying two consoles now is going to be well, a lot of money. And seeing I've just upgraded my PC, it's worth at least buying one. But yeah, Titanfall on PC, I don't see the point in buying the Xbox One just to play that game when it's coming out on PC.
Yeah, it's the same with like Assassin's Creed and them kind of games. Like I've got Assassin's Creed on PC, and it looks better than it does on any of the consoles. And I don't know, it probably doesn't play as good. I guess controllers would probably be better to play on, but like there's no games that are drawing me at the moment to one of the next gen consoles, because I've got all the games on PC that I really want to play, and all the games that are coming out in the future that are not tied to exclusives, but were the games that would have made me buy a next gen console if they'd come out on time, end up coming out on PC anyway.
Yeah, Destiny's another one. Like I was dead certain to get that on a console. That was another reason why I was buying a console. But there was such a big petition, I guess it was, that Ubisoft actually have decided to develop it onto and port it over to PC. So that's coming to PC as well. So,
which one is the new Splinter Cell? Destiny's not the one I'm thinking of. The one. What was that game?
Division.
The Division.
Sorry, yeah, I got it wrong. My bad.
That was a phenomenal game. Now, is that coming on PC?
Yeah.
Or is that just an well, I'm getting that on PC as well then.
Yeah, that's what I was actually meaning to say. I just got confused.
That game looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it looks like GTA with like more of a, I guess like a Call of Duty aspect of the shooting part, and then the Battlefield part of being a bit more stealth, and then the Assassin's Creed part of doing like parkour and like running around the map and stuff like that. Seems to just have like the good bits of every game.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see.
So would you guys get a Xbox One if a new Halo came out within the next year or so? Because I heard
it's already on pre-order now.
When is the new Halo coming out?
I don't know when it's coming out exactly.
Because I heard that they said that that they didn't make one for the launch because Reach was 2 years ago now, 2000 or 2010.
2011, I think Reach was.
Yes, it's 2 years ago now, and they didn't have enough time from the end of Reach to then create a game for the Xbox One because they have such high standards.
Well, you can pre-order it, as I was saying, on Game, you can pre-order the new Halo title, which at the minute, just looking at the picture on it, it just says Halo. We know it's Halo 5, maybe it is called just Halo, but it's £1 pre-order. And it basically just says on there that Master Chief's journey continues. Experience Halo for the first time on Xbox One. And what will await Master Chief in his latest adventure? I'm currently playing through Halo 4, so I don't know how it actually ends. So I'm not sure what the continuing journey is. It doesn't say much about when it's coming out, only that it's 2014 and you can pre-order it. So if I'm going to go and get an Xbox, which I did go down to go and pick up. I did pre-order it and then I cancelled it, which I shouldn't have done. But it was just because of all the accessories that I needed for the PlayStation 4. It's like right now I just can't afford both of them. But when it comes down in price a little bit, I would definitely be getting one because Halo that would be the game that gets me onto the Xbox.
Now, what games, talking about things that we recently bought, pre-ordered, you recently just got delivery of a Oculus Rift, didn't you? And what have you been, you can talk about your experiences of that and what you've been playing since you've got it. When did you get it, like this week?
I got it on Friday last week, but it actually arrived about an hour after I'd gone out. I went down to the Star Wars audition in London, so I missed it by an hour.
Did you get in the Star Wars films?
No, I didn't get in the Star Wars film. I went down for a bit of an experience, to be honest. You got to be, which near enough ruled me out. You got to be young looking, which I get away with that. Athletic, I was a bit.
It's going downhill now.
And smart. Now I wasn't sure if that was smart dressed or just having friends, but either or, I probably would have failed on that one. No, I didn't get in for the audition. I left at about half past 3 on Friday, and I got to London at 12, queued up for 11 hours to get seen, and the audition was about 30 seconds for what I went through anyway. Other people went for callbacks for the next day, so it was a long day. But
what did they ask you to do?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Basically, you went in and they wanted to have a look at you and make sure that you were, the right height, build, that your face fit for the role that they've got on offer, which all we knew was just called Thomas. I'm pretty sure the guy's not going to be called Thomas in Star Wars. But yeah, it was basically to see if your face fit. I just got asked a few questions like, are you a student? I think I killed it for myself when I went, no. A real job and everything. I think she kind of went, at that point. So I just got asked, what do you do? And where have you travelled from? And literally, that was it. I was told, okay, go through to the next room. And if they liked you, they gave you a raffle stamp that they hid behind the pictures that you had to take in of yourself, and a form you had to fill in to say that you would do the film. So when you went into the next room, the lady looked for it, and if you got it, then fantastic. I assume you went through to the callback, or maybe you spoke to somebody else for the casting crew. And if not, you basically got told, thanks for coming down, we'll keep your details on record, and that was it. But like I say, it was an experience. Probably we'll write a little survival guide for the people that are going to go this weekend to the Glasgow audition, because you really do need to take something warm with you. A lot of people were turning up in little jackets and this, that and the other, and you know, it was absolutely freezing overnight in London, so in Glasgow I can only imagine how cold that is. But when I got back from it, it was a nice surprise, yes, to find that the Oculus Rift was sitting on the table for me. I've done an unboxing video which I'll upload to the YouTube channel shortly. I've been playing a bit of hawking, but I've got to admit I've not set it up correctly, so I am having a few problems with it, which I hope to iron out later on. I'm going to be playing Euro Truck Simulator. I've had a go on Ghost Ship, which is absolutely terrifying. It's really hard actually, because you can't get away from it when you've got the Oculus Rift on. There's no turning the lights up or, you know, squinting at the screen so you can't see things popping out at you. You've got no choice but to look at it and see exactly what's going on. And I've got to admit, this Ghost Ship is absolutely fantastic. It's a UK company that's done it, and excuse my French, but it absolutely scares the shit out of me. It really does. But it's very, very good. You guys should play it. There is an option for you to play it without Rift support. So at the minute, that's what I've currently been playing. I'm going to be downloading loads of stuff, I think, throughout the weekend and having a go. So expect to see some reaction cam videos go up on the YouTube channel.
You should be looking for Dream in the Steam sale as well, which is happening between, I believe, the 27th and the 3rd or 2nd of December. The autumn Steam sale. So yeah, Dream is the game that we covered. We first saw the Oculus Rift at Eurogamer, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty good actually. I did.
And that was a scary kind of game where you had to run around almost like a maze kind of thing inside of a temple or something, collecting or looking up at the lights to turn them off.
You had to turn the lights off but avoid the monster, and the monster, you couldn't really see it, but you could hear
it. It was almost like a black mist, and it would chase you around. So yeah, I'd like to. I've been going to get that game if it's on the Steam sale as well, because it looked phenomenal without the Rift, just on a normal monitor. The game design looked amazing, so that should be interesting. But there's plenty of games out there to play on the Rift. Half-Life 2 has compatibility. Team Fortress 2 has compatibility. There's quite a lot on offer out there now. Now that more developers have, got their hands on the SDK.
Doom 4 should be coming out for the Oculus Rift, which I can't wait to get my hands on.
Doom 4. Now, I haven't heard anything about this. Do you know anything about it?
I gotta admit, I don't really know anything about it other than it's coming on the Oculus Rift. It will be out on the PC. I believe it's supposed to be out on the next-gen consoles. I did notice something. I didn't really read it, but when I was wandering around in town, Edge had something about Doom on it, which I might have to go and get it. I know that it's still in development at the moment. I don't think they managed to show it. They have a QuakeCon every year, which I don't really know, again, too much about, but I think they had some problems and weren't able to show anything from the game. So I'm going to assume that I'm having a few problems with it. I'm just having a look online now while we're chatting, and it's supposed to go out on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Windows. No mention of whether it's going to be on next-gen consoles. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's happening.
Talking about games that, like you said there, that game doesn't actually come out, doesn't say it's coming out on next-gen consoles. Do you think it's a big mistake that games like GTA aren't going to be released on next-gen consoles? The games that almost like they were so far in development when the next-gen consoles got announced that they almost missed the boat with some of their big launch titles. I mean, GTA have said that they are releasing they're developing a new game for next-gen. Of one of their IPs, one of their intellectual properties that they have. Like Bully is a rumour that they're going around that they could be making another one of them. Also the same with the people who made, what's it called, the game Not the Walking Dead, the other one. What's the other zombie game that was really good?
Pass. I don't play zombie games; they freak me out.
Oh my god,
There's a
it's the
few.
really good one on PS3. It was the
Is
exclusive.
it Dead Rising?
The
No,
Last
it's
of Us.
The Last of
Oh,
Us,
Last
yeah.
of Us.
Yeah.
It's almost like they missed the boat as well. So what do you think about the fact that, GTA and games like The Last of Us have almost missed the boat on next gen, and do you think they should have, maybe ported them over even if they were just a port and not any, advantage to having them on next gen?
I don't know about Terry, but I've got to admit, I don't see, personally, that it's a massive problem right now, because I don't know how many people have took the Xbox home and had to take it back to the retailers because there's a problem with it, but there will be consoles with problems. It's the same with the PlayStation 4. I'm expecting to pick it up. I'm expecting it to go wrong within the first 2 or 3 months and to have to take it back. That's what happens with brand new consoles. So the fact that these games you're talking about, The Last of Us, GTA, have missed out, I don't think right now it's a major problem. If they do a re-release of it in June next year, that might be a good time, because not everybody's going to get this for Christmas. I was messing about online earlier on, and I really can't remember what website that I was on, but they were reporting a rumour that a re-release of the Xbox One may come out again next year as a cheaper model. So this is going to happen. It's going to happen one way or the other, whether it's in the next 6 months or 2 years. There's going to be another bundle that comes out that people are going to want to get. So if it was me, I would be waiting to see what the reception was like to the new consoles, what the games played like. As a developer, I'd be going out there, getting the new consoles, getting other people's games and playing them, and then really making a decision of, do I want my games to be on the console? So no, I don't think it's a massive problem right now, but I do think if they don't bring them out at a later stage, that could be a problem. But having said that, I'm pretty sure also I've read and seen that if you download a digital version, I'm not sure about the Xbox, but on the PlayStation 3, that it will play on the PlayStation 4. So correct me if I'm wrong there, but surely then that means that they will be compatible on the PlayStation 4 and you will be able to play them. So that's my thought on it. What about yours, Terry?
To be fair, with Grand Theft Auto and The Last of Us, both of them sold extremely well for what they were. Bringing them onto the next gen consoles, yeah, it'd be a nice treat, but I don't think that'd be. I think that'd be the only thing. I don't really think it'd be console sellers for them. So I can't really like Rockstar announcing that they've got one of their previous an IP ongoing for the next gen or the current gen, which it is now. That is absolutely fine, even if it's not GTA. They made enough money. They sold really well for the Xbox 360 and PS4. I really don't see it as a problem, to be honest. It would be nice to have them come over, because obviously unplugging your PS4 or your Xbox One just to play Grand Theft Auto if you want to, yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but apart from that, nah, not a problem. They done what they needed to do.
If you want to play Grand Theft Auto, you could always just plug in your Xbox 360 or PS3 into the HDMI in of your Xbox One and play it through your Xbox One.
That is a very good point. If you've
Also,
got an Xbox One.
Yeah, you've got to have the Xbox One to do that. That's the only issue. If you've got PS4, it's not going to work. But
No.
have you also heard that there's been a lot of issues to conversating with the Xbox One and PS4, disk drives not working and stuff like that? Xbox One have got this policy, or Xbox have got the policy that if your Xbox One breaks, so the disk drive, they'll send you out a new one before you return the old one, so you can, continue your gaming experience and not have to worry about waiting for them to get it, verify it's broken, send you a new one. And also they're offering a free game, one of their first party games for free for anybody who's had issues with the Xbox One on the launch, which I thought was a nice gesture, but it's almost just trying to cover up for the fact that they just had shoddy manufacturing in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. It's half-hearted sorry, isn't it, really?
Yeah. They should just made sure there wasn't this problem in the first place. There's other news that there's reports coming in now that there's always these people when they make new products, they always tear them down, work out how much they cost. Apparently, an analyst has said that the Xbox One costs an estimated $471 to manufacture, and that's nearly $100 more than a PlayStation 4 would cost to manufacture. Apparently, they're saying that the PS4 actually costs around $381 to manufacture when it's been selling for $400, whereas the Xbox One is $471 and they're selling theirs for $450, aren't they? So, $499.
Yeah, I was going to say it's $500 over there, isn't it?
But I mean, compared to what the PS3 and the Xbox 360s were, they're actually making money on these consoles from the get-go. I remember with the PS3 and stuff like that, it was always the news that they were, in the red with the consoles and they were making the money back on the games. It's the same thing with the Xbox 360. They were always trying to make money back on the games sold, which is why they took a percentage from the marketplace rather than make the consoles more expensive. I guess it's just a testament to how efficient they can be now with resources and building things.
As long as the Xbox One doesn't have a high sort of breakage rate percentage like it did
let's
last
hope there's
time.
no red ring of death for the Xbox One or the yellow light for the PS4.
Because going that way, even if they are making a profit, if too many of them are breaking, that profit quickly goes out the window. But yeah, it doesn't seem to have that many problems at the moment. There has been, like you said, the problem with people's disk drives breaking, but hasn't been as widespread as it seemed last time, if I can remember correctly.
Have you guys seen the size difference between the Xbox One and PlayStation 4? Because I thought that was I wouldn't say it's a huge decision in which one you're buying, because most of the time they're going, underneath a desk or underneath a TV unit. But the PS4 is so small and it has a built-in power supply, whereas the Xbox One is massive and it has a brick as a power supply again, like the old one.
I'm not really bothered about how big it is, how big it's not. I'm just happy it's in black, so it goes with everything on the TV. Because that was the problem with the Wii when it came out. It's like, oh, it's in white, and everything I've got is black and silver. It really doesn't bother me, I've got to say. But the only thing that's quite nice about the PlayStation, which Sony can do this, but Xbox can't, because I'm not actually aware that they do have their own TVs. But Sony, you've got the Sony Bravia TV, which we've got, and looking at the size of the PlayStation to the gap underneath the TV, it will fit nicely underneath the telly, whereas the Xbox is not going to fit.
Yeah, there's no way an
the
Xbox
TV.
is going to fit underneath the TV.
No, there's no way. Even looking at the cabinet that we've got the TV on, I'm still going to have some problems trying to fit it in there. I've got to move some things around. There's no way I can have the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 side by side, but the PlayStations I can, and I can put the PlayStation 2 on top if I want and get all three of those consoles in there quite nice. But it's just not going to happen with the Xbox. But again, it's not a major problem to me. I'm just glad, as they say to Batman, it comes in black.
It'd be interesting to see the actual weight comparison, because the only thing that sort of screams to me, they've got very similar components inside them both, and if the Xbox One is that much bigger, if the weight is about the same, then you've got to assume that the components are about the same size. That's just rough guessing, obviously. That this way they could quite easily bring out a slim quite quickly afterwards, be like, oh look, you complain about the size of it, look what we've done, we've made everything smaller, it's more compact, it fits under your TV nice and neat.
Yeah, and they'd have to put in the power supply, which I don't think, did they ever do that with the Xbox 360? Even the new ones all still had power bricks, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
I don't understand how, why is PS4 so much more developed in that sense, that they can design something that's not only smaller, no matter what it actually looks like on the outside, the physical dimensions of it is smaller, and also has the power supply built in. Why do Microsoft? I guess Microsoft could say, it's to keep the heat away from the console, but I've never heard of a PlayStation 3, burning up or anything, or blowing up. I've never seen it to be that big of a problem. And it's just you've got to find that space again for the brick.
Yeah.
If your cabinet isn't deep enough, you've got to put it somewhere else, not next to the console. Have you seen the video of the guy who put HDMI out of the Xbox One into a splitter, and then the output from the splitter, there was two, one of them back into the Xbox One, and then one of them into his TV, and recorded it?
I haven't seen that.
It's nuts. It's like a dubstep song, because you open up the window, because you've on the Xbox One dashboard, you have a window where you have that HDMI in, which is meant to be your TV. So that's showing your Xbox infinitely, and it literally just breaks your Xbox One. It's still, because it thinks it's fine, it still works 100%, but you just can't see anything anymore because it's just reproducing the image inside of the image infinitely. and if you try and move across a menu, the sound happens once from it actually doing it, but then like a infinite times more until you just get this white noise because it's reproducing the same thing over and over and over again.
It's amazing
But
how
I
much
haven't
people just
seen-
want to break stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody put PS4 into an Xbox One yet. I think that would be cool. If you could put, or maybe even an Xbox 360. Although they've said that there is a slight lag between, because obviously you're going through an extra thing there, so it's got to process it. There is a slight lag between it, so it might not be the best for gaming, but I'm sure someone needs to give it a shot, just see what it looks like.
I'm sure there'll be some videos coming up soon.
Yeah. But
What do
we'll
you
try and
guys
get a
think of
video
how
up.
it looks, how both the consoles look like. Do you like the look of them?
No. The Xbox One, they've literally got a box and then gaffer taped one side of it with like shiny gaffer tape. And then like, that is a cool design, let's go with that, let's design that. The PS4, they were like, well, Xbox have already got our design idea, so let's just cut off the like a bit of it so it's not a perfect rectangle now. It's got, was it a rhombus? Or am I thinking of the wrong shape?
Oh mate, I was rubbish at maths. I don't even know what you're talking
I want
about.
to find out now. But yeah, I don't know. The Xbox One, it looks like a VCR,
Yeah,
but I like the PS4.
yeah, definitely.
It looks like they
PS4.
thought a bit more.
I don't like it. It reminds me of like a bottom chunk of a pyramid or something. I'm really not keen on it. It's like a pyramid or some futuristic building. I almost want to put it on my son's modelled train track. I'm sure it would be like in keeping there in the futuristic side of his train track. It looks like a building out of Milton Keynes. I really don't like it. I mean, I'm still buying one. You know, I'm not that vain on the design, but I don't like it. But then again, no, maybe I am vain on the design. I have seen somebody that remodded his Xbox 360 and made it a Captain America version. And you know, if I had enough money, I would so send him mine to get him to mod it. So I'm looking to see what people actually do, what mods they do to the PlayStation 4. And I might just get it.
I saw one who had a Nintendo SNES, a Super Nintendo. That looked really
That is
good.
quite cool.
That it looked really, really good from from an aesthetic standpoint. Although I don't know, there's gonna be lots of them sticker things. Like they had for the Xbox 360. PlayStation, I don't think not as much because they didn't have as many flat surfaces on that thing. But yeah, so if you guys have got any ideas of what you'd like to see, images or designs for an Xbox One or a PS4, just email podcast@museculture.net. That's the one, isn't it?
Yeah,
That is the
podcast at
one.
musicculture.net. And if you've already modded your consoles or any other consoles from any generation, send them in. We'd love to see what they look like.
Yep. So I guess that's all for this week from us, guys. We're talking about next gen stuff, and I believe we got a few more game podcasts coming out because we love doing a few of them. So we'll see you guys next week.